715 is looking sad this morning. Used it as a driving instruction tool at a camp out a few days ago. Basically, if you can push the clutch pedal down, by sitting in the seat and see over the dash out the front of the hood, you can learn to drive a manual on this thing. Works great. And I'd take them around woods and up and down tank dams and whatever. Did that all day on Saturday at the camp out. Sunday morning, I noticed the tire had a big bulge in it. Not this bad. So used the cow dog for camping because I had the troop trailer with me. Once I got home, I had Jennifer drive me back down there with the CO2 canister, aired it up, drove it 15 miles, no troubles. Next day, plenty of air. Back the next night, we drove another 20 miles in it to go pick up something else at a friend's place. And yesterday morning, or 2 days after I put any air in it, go to get it, it's flat. So, all right. I bought 5 Michelin XZLs when I bought these back in 05. Yes, 05. And I've had experience with flats. I'll get to some other time, but I had a spare. Had it in the barn. Went in the barn the other day. Look at my spare. It's already dismounted with no tube. Like, oh no, this is my spare. Thankfully, I have one more tube left over, and it gets complicated because it's a split wheel. Split ring rim is the way it goes. I'm going to talk about that inside here. Keep the cats out of my business. I set up inside the shop, and so the Michelin tires, they don't really wear that much on the 715. And the way it works, you got the wheel can, then you got the split ring. This thing, see, I try to go across from the valve stem, and once it's in, it can't come off until the tire bead is below this. So it's got almost 2 inches. The tire's got to be in. Even the one out there, it's not going to come off to get to where the ring will start coming off. It's a pain to get apart. I'll do another video about taking that one apart. Once I find a tube. Tubes are getting really hard to find because with the Michelin XZL radial, you want radial tubes. It's an 1116 tire. Used to be a place called International Tire and Tube, ITT. This is a 1011R 1516. So a 10 or 11 sidewall in width, 15 or 16 inch rim, which is a 16. That's what I need. This is my last tube. It was in a bag in the toolbox in the 715. I put air in it a couple of days ago, and it still feels the same as it did before. Now, getting this all together, there's kind of an art to it, kind of not, which is why I'm doing this video. Why is the valve stem not even catching? There it goes. Only tires I could find on a quick internet search was if I found a radial for the right size. There's a whole bunch of 20 and 24 inch wheel ones out there, but 15 or 16 inch, I couldn't find any. The trouble is the ones you do find have a little 1 inch straight valve stem, which won't work. I have to have the bent valve stem, and kind of what I need. All right, what kills the tubes? Oh, by the way, the radial tubes are thicker than the bias ply tubes. So if you have any tires, I would suggest putting radial tubes in. Radial tubes will work in a bias. Bias ply tubes will not work in a radial. I need to get the tire down low enough to be flexible, but enough air to still hold its shape when I put the flap in. I'm going to go through the whole thing here. And it's got to fit into the wheel to do it. I'm going to try it right there. I have not had to do this in a long time. I think about 10 years. We'll see how it works out. All right. So you want this clean. No little rocks, no kind of abrasions, nothing that can cause the tube to get angry and make a hole. I've already shot backed out the tire, and make sure you're still in the picture here. Yeah, you can see all that. Pretty much is just watching an exercise in frustration here. So I got to push this thing on in. I vacuumed out the inside of the tire carcass. I have all right, it fits there. You got the flap. I vacuumed the flap. I wiped it all down. I didn't look it, but I did. Wiped it all down. And the flap, let's go over the valve stem and then into both sides of the wheel of the tire. Like I said, it's a exercise in frustration here. If you get one side started, the other side pops out on you. And if someone has a better method of doing this and watching, please share. So I got, what, between my deuce and a half, 20 of those wheels, 5 of the wheels on the 715. I haven't had to change any in a while, but 10, 15 years ago, I was doing this a lot. I don't really care to do it. Actually, I actually have it. Okay. Now I got the flap all the way in, the tube in. The tube has some shape to it. Then the really fun part is getting it on the can. I have found if I bend the valve stem down, I need a little more air out. Won't bend down enough. See if you're still seeing this. Yeah, I'll pull it in closer. Trying to get the valve stem. Gotta get it in the hole in the can. I gotta get it down enough, there it goes, to bend in to fit before I put the tire on the can. Like I said, it's kind of an exercise in frustration. But all right, that one went. We actually got in there. That's even better. Put the cap on. Oh, I forgot a block of wood. Because now I gotta get the stupid thing set. I get a block of wood. Be right back. You gotta hold the can up higher than the tire so that you can actually force the ring on. So you can see my wheel is wider, or the tire is wider than my rim. And these things are heavy. That's, I got to pull the valve stem out. I don't know why I didn't do that. So I haven't done this in a while. The valve stem has to be able to, or the air has to be able to come out of the tube as I put the ring on. Okay, valve stem is out. I normally try to start away from the valve stem. Let's see how this works out. Not enough. I gotta get the tire down more. Oh, there it goes. Almost. Okay. You work your way around. While pushing down on the tire. And keeping your hands out of the way too. Yay! Okay. That actually went pretty easy. Didn't look like it, but it was. That one went pretty easy. Oh, lost my chair. Of course, can't get on the valve stem right because it fell down. This is why the 1-inch valve stems that are straight, that the ag people have, are just useless. Try screwing onto it and pulling it out. There we go. I use this little bitty tool because it has a thread die for the valve stem threads, and you can screw on and pull the valve stem out. So the wheel, the rim is still up on blocks. The ring is all the way in. I can't tell if we're making any progress or not. Doesn't want to be hooking on. Let me try this one. I went and got myself jammed in there again. Just like that. Now we're putting air in. Now, the semi trucks used to have a two-piece wheel that was totally different than this. It actually came apart in the middle of the can. This is not one of those. As you saw how hard it was to put that ring on, and the wheel sidewall has to be down, the bead has to be down at least 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches to the bottom of the split ring. Yes. Is a cage preferable? Yes, it is. If you're doing this yourself for the first time, get a cage. I can feel it moving on me. I got 8 PSI. Since the side over here is pretty much all the way engaged, all through here is engaged, over to except right here. Now I got 12 PSI. These things take forever to air up. These are big tires. There's 19. I'm going to take it to 30, let it sit for a few hours, and then come check the pressure. Oh, there it goes. Now we're set. 23. $27.8. 715 is going to a Steel Soldiers rally. 30.0. That's got a parade or two to do. Okay, you got 30 PSI, and this is a workout. Oh, with the can, supposedly this is 180 pounds. The can and the tire and the tube. There it is. One M715 split ring rim tire, tube, and flap install. I'll do another video about taking these stupid things apart. I don't have my tire tools here. They're over in the deuce and a half. If this thing holds pressure by tomorrow, I'll put it on the truck and I'll break down the other one and do a video about that. So hopefully that helps somebody.